Story 1. My bathroom is a place where I sometimes leave the shower running while I sit on the floor. If there is a clean towel to use as a pillow to rest my head against the side of the tub, it makes the experience even better. In my defense, as an abused child, the bathroom became my calm space. I spent many hours of my childhood there, listening to the sound of the shower after my single parent went to work. Story 2. I have a large greenbelt about a block away, and living in Denver, I can escape to the mountains if I really need a break. Story 3. There are many parks in my city, including several disc golf parks. When I feel the need to escape from people, it is often my subconscious telling me I need nature. I play disc golf, walk among the trees, and, most importantly, I get sunlight. Mental health is greatly improved by spending time in nature. Additionally, if I encounter others on the disc golf course, they tend to be cool and relaxed, which doesn't disrupt my desire to get away from people. Story 4. The room over my garage is my personal space. My guitars, amplifiers, recording equipment, and lights are all there. Story 5. There is a scenic overlook off the interstate about an hour from my house. It has numerous stairs and an elevation change of several hundred feet. All the graffiti at the top reflects the experience of making it up there. A deer path leads away from the top into some blueberry bushes about a quarter-mile away. I have never seen another person there before. That is my preferred spot. Unless the berries are in season, when bears and their cubs are present, I choose to go elsewhere. Story 6. My headphones with some heavy Slipknot or Limp Bizkit in a dark room take me many places in my mind's personal history. Story 7. I enjoy cruising around. I love driving and listening to music. While I'm not really escaping everyone since I'm driving with them, I get to have my own private space to jam out and enjoy the sights without thinking about anything other than driving. Story 8. Just sit at my table, turn on my laptop, take my headphones, play some loud music, and do something on the internet. I have no real escape from everyone and can't be alone. I even have to live in the same room with my sister. So this is the only thing I do. Story 9. There is a small forest near my home. Although it is located in an urban area, it cannot be considered a large forest, as it covers an area of approximately 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers. I go there to see fireflies at night. Story 10. I take a mile walk down the scenic creek trail by my house, listening to a podcast. At the end, I visit a brewery, grab a beer, and then walk back. It always helps. Story 11. The darkroom for printing photographs is the perfect escape. It even offers a different color than reality. Story 12. I am fortunate to live near beautiful countryside, so I tend to go there early in the morning and enjoy it before anyone else arrives. Story 13. I take a 20-minute walk to a nearby river shore. There are many pebbles of various sizes to throw in the river, smash them against bigger rocks, and build small stone islands. It's a wonderful experience, and I've recently learned how much of a privilege it is. Many of my friends do not have this opportunity. Story 14. Go gaming on my computer or relax in my bed. Sometimes I daydream about living as a hermit somewhere far from civilization, in the woods or up in the mountains. Story 15. Well, I believe the best place to escape, or as I like to say, the best place to get lost, is within oneself. Throw away your phone, books, games, and lie down. Look at the ceiling with your eyes and observe your thoughts with your inner vision. It is the best escape, I suppose, especially in a spiritual context. Story 16. I usually go fishing, either at my favorite lake about a mile away or at my favorite stretch of river. Story 17. I recently started going to the gym. My friend asked why I didn't just take the dog for a run. I explained that everything I do is for someone or something else. I'm a mother of 4, I have 4 pets, and I have a boyfriend. At the gym, I can focus on myself without any distractions. I can stay as long as I want, relieve tension and stress, and enjoy the massage chairs that provide a relaxing squeeze. Story 18. For a drive in my Porsche 911, just a flat 6-engine, Burmester sound system, and myself with hopefully some open morning roads. Story 19. Long runs. I have several different routes with known distances. I can usually gauge how difficult my day was based on which route I run. Many times, I realize I am mistaking mental exhaustion for physical exhaustion. Story 20. The back seat of my dad's car, usually close enough to the house to catch Wi-Fi, can lay down. Story 21. My backyard has an awning, allowing me to enjoy a cup of coffee while listening to the rain and birds on rainy days. Story 22. I go to the office. I run a landscaping company that has a shop cat. I will grab a pizza and head to the shop. While I'm there, I might sit at the desk and work on administrative tasks, or I may go in the yard and do some housekeeping, such as rearranging pallets of seed, gravel, stone, and brick. I might even bring a skid steer into the shop and sit in it, turning it off first, while I watch television on the big shop screen. I might also bring my son so he can play on the equipment. My office is a great place to be alone and decompress. Story 23. In my submarine, the main top hatch was just behind my inertial navigation equipment. The large hatch skirt extended down 5 feet and created a significant empty space above my equipment. I spent many hours there, where I could hear all control room activity or anyone calling for me. Sometimes I answered, often I did not. Story 24. The shower. No one bothers me, the water drowns out the noise, and for a few minutes it is just me and my thoughts or existential crises. Story 25. My art room or my bed. Sometimes I go for a walk and feed the ducks and swans. At times I find a small pitch-black room such as the bathroom, closet, or laundry room and turn on a constellation projector or lights resembling the aurora borealis and just lie there looking at it all around me. Story 26. My truck allows me to drive along back roads or visit a secluded area, likely a maintenance road. It is peaceful. Story 27. There is a room in my parents' house that they left behind. I go there whenever I want to escape from everyone. It is more comfortable than my room. Story 28. Road trip. Solo. Usually to the middle of the desert, a place where you can see that there is not another person around, other than those in the passenger jet 7 miles above you. Story 29. My friend knows my moods. She understands that I love to wander. So, every so often, she sends me on errands all over the place, like 5 to 6 hours of driving for small tasks. But I love it. I turn up the music and take my time, enjoying the quiet. Story 30. Chili's presidential margarita with a sugar rim and baby back ribs. If you're in my spot, I will say something. Just kidding. The beach. Story 31. I have a busy work and family life at the moment. There are 3 things I do if I need time to myself. 1. Walk the dog. Just the 2 of us wandering through the woods is a tonic for the soul. Set my alarm for 5 a.m. on Saturday morning. This means an early night on both Friday and Saturday, but it allows me to get up, watch a program while having breakfast, and go for a nice long run by 6 a.m. It's particularly enjoyable at this time of year when the mornings are getting lighter, and I can avoid the main roads and treat myself to some stunning views. Block an appointment in my work calendar. I travel to a coffee shop about 30 minutes from the office and my house, where I sit and read a book for an hour while enjoying some cake and coffee. Story 32. I drive a lot for work, so if it's during working hours, there's usually a church nearby that's open and empty where I can go and sit. On weekends, I visit my favorite restaurant. It's not quiet, but the food is good, and the owner knows me well enough that if he can tell I've had a hard time, he'll prepare something a bit extra. My other option is to go for a run. There's a hill near me where you can overlook the countryside from one angle and the city from another. Story 33. At home, I leave my phone in the kitchen and ignore it until I feel like I have decompressed enough to respond. Story 34. I am a full-time caregiver for a dementia patient. The only break I get is in the bathroom, and that is only until he realizes I have left the room. Story 35. There is an old artificial hill in my city, originally formed from mining waste. You can walk to the top and view the entire city from a safe distance in peace. Only a few people know about this place, which is why I like to use it as a retreat. I also enjoy operating my radio from there because the elevated location allows for good connections on ultra-high frequency and very high frequency, which work better with line of sight. Story 36. I usually go on my computer and listen to some musical theater songs until my phone notifies me that my headphones are too loud. Then I play Minecraft, program, or write. I often realize I have zoned out for a couple of hours, which makes me feel better. If I don't have access to my computer, I just play games on my phone. Story 37. I wish I had a place to go, but usually it is night. I spend my evenings watching movies, especially those that are emotionally sensitive. I have a love for quiet films, like the Japanese movie Blue, 2002. In general, I seek out movies where I can find safety and space to open up to my emotions. Story 38. I just sit by the lake and leave my phone in the car. Listening to the water helps me relax and calms me down. Story 39. I go to my room, put on my headphones, and start watching something on my computer. If not that, I just go to the bathroom. Story 40. Lock the doors and turn off the phones. Put on the 1-hour version of Drums of Drakkar on repeat and enjoy some THC. While sipping a strawberry banana prime hydration drink to prevent a headache, keep all lights off except for YouTube on the TV. Then take long, slow journeys in my mind to nicer times and places. Story 41. Wardrobe. When I was a kid, my family had a wooden wardrobe. Staying in there with the smell of wood and a fluffy pillow felt cozy and safe. Story 42. At work, I go to the server room. In my personal life, I enjoy camping at dispersed sites where I stay in my truck. There are also several large lakes where I can go fishing without seeing another person for a while. Story 43. Since I was little, I was good at escaping into my own head. I sit back in my room, turn up the music, and time seems to stop for a while. In my late teens and early 20s, it was tempting to stay in the world inside my head. However, I have matured enough to realize that I should be building the world I want to see outside, even if it's not exactly like the one inside. Story 44. One-way ticket to outer space. The more you gradually accelerate, the harder it becomes for anyone to catch up. Once you reach the speed of light, they will never be able to reach you. Story 45. I watch a movie, read a book, or walk around my city with my mind completely turned off and focused on either an audiobook or a podcast episode, or I go to the bathroom, depending on the situation. Story 46. I moved to a rural village 2 states away and left no forwarding address, except for credit cards and some federal agencies. I successfully escaped 12 years ago. Story 47. I often overthink everything and shut people out. As a result, I have lost many friends and loved ones. In contrast, I find solace in walking alone in a park. Story 48. Either in my own head, I can be surrounded by insanity and truly not be present. Dissociation for the win, or I hide in my closet. Story 49. Into the woods to hunt. If it's during an open season, it's for an animal. If not, I'm scouting or looking for shed antlers. If it's really hot, I'll hop in the creek by my house and go fly fishing. In either case, if I don't catch anything, it's still very cathartic for me. Story 50. The gym. Exercise helps to clear my mind, and most of the cardio I do can be done while reading or playing a game. Story 51. Strategy and 4 times games. People who know me understand that this is my alone time and fortress of solitude that is not to be trespassed on. Story 52. I live with my parents and siblings, so when I get home, I usually sit in my car for a while or in the bathroom. Recently, I started putting on my sleeping mask and my earbuds with noise cancellation, listening to 432 Hz music, and I just sit. I call it the void or oblivion. Story 53. Hunting with my best friend or father is about being out in nature and relaxing. It is the best therapy you will ever need. Story 54. I usually go for a walk or a quick bike ride. The railway where I volunteer understands my complex post-traumatic stress disorder and is fine with me taking breaks as needed, as long as it doesn't create safety issues for myself or others. When I'm not at the railway, I can do whatever I want since I don't have a job. I have sometimes walked up a mountainside to de-stress. Other times, I take a long bike ride instead. In some ways, it is both a blessing and a curse to live in a rural area. Story 55. I just got out of the house and went for a brisk walk. I live in a colder region, so the cold wind and solitude really help me calm down. It gives me time to introspect and identify my weaknesses and vulnerabilities, as well as options for handling situations better. It always works and helps me manage things more maturely. Story 56. One place I visit is a local cigar lounge. There are usually only a few others present, making it a very relaxed environment. Story 57. I live across the street from government offices. There is a public walking path that goes by a bog and a pond with a fountain and some ducks. There is also a Pokemon gym nearby, which is usually fairly easy to take over, and I can enjoy a little walk around the campus. Story 58. There's a spot in a park in my hometown that I've been visiting since I was a teenager. To an average person, it's just a platform along a workout trail, but it's been a source of peace and serenity for me since I was about 16. Whenever I'm feeling stressed or depressed, I go there to find some peace and quiet in my mind. Story 59. I just stay home. I bought a small, cozy house that is now my slice of paradise. It smells wonderful, is always bright with sunlight, has a fantastic view of many trees and flowers, features lots of video games, a comfortable sofa, and a large, soft, warm bed. It is also soundproofed. I turn off my phone and everything, and here we go. Story 60. Dax, Lonely Dirt Road. Story 61. Cabeza Prieta Wilderness in southern Arizona spans 770 square miles of largely roadless Sonoran desert. It is close to the border, so you may see signs of border patrol and migrant trails. Otherwise, you will have a hard time finding solitude like this in the contiguous United States. According to legend, the author and environmentalist Edward Abbey is buried somewhere in Cabeza Prieta. Pour a little good whiskey on his grave if you are fortunate enough to find it. Story 62. To the desert. It is only a 2 to 3 hour drive from here. I will camp or get a small cabin and just relax for a few days. It is nice, affordable, and beautiful. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.